Alright guys, so this right here is the first step to the Easter egg for Carrier. Basically, once you get all the points you need to open up the exosuit room, you have to get some teleportation grenades, open up Chompy, and you have to shoot this into there and turn on the power. Shoot the teleportation grenade into there, I'm sorry, and turn on the power. It's going to bring you back in here. Now, hopefully, you guys didn't touch that Plinko board because you're going to need that for this next part. Now, guys, this next part is the interesting part. You have to take your teleportation grenade and you have to shoot it into that Plinko board so that it actually starts up the board. Like on that left-hand side, it'll bring all the grenades you need right there, as you can see on that drop down. Now, all you need is a regular grenade. The regular grenade is what you're going to use to throw in there when the grenade that you need shows up on that left-hand side. Now, there's a lot of different combinations from what I understand, but the combination that we used that worked for us had to do with the explosive drone being the peg that stops the grenade from going down. Then you have the nano grenade that actually allows the grenade to drop down through it, and then the distraction drone is what pops the ball or the grenade over to the other side that you need it on the right. So what you're going to have to do is time it perfectly so that it gets over there. Now, I suggest when you first start the game, you don't touch this board so that the balls can go into, or I should say the grenades can go in to the slots easier, because the first slots are the easiest ones to hit. Now, we decided to do the third one first because it's easier with the less amount of zombies at the beginning. So what you want to do for the third one is, as you can see, peg first, nano second, and then you want the distraction drone at the bottom. Each time you put in the grenade and you drop down the piece that you want, it's going to reset that top piece. So you're going to have to keep repeating those steps until you get peg, nano, and distraction drone all right there. I'm calling the explosive drone peg, by the way. And then you're going to want to, like I said, keep doing that over until you get it all on the board. Then what you're going to want to do for the second one is the same thing, but it's without the nano. Now you just need the peg at the top, explosive drone at the top, and then you need distraction drone in the middle. So you're going to have to do, like I said, distraction drone, or the peg first to get the distraction drone to drop down to that second spot. The peg is what keeps it from going down too far. Then once you get the distraction drone in the middle, you're going to have to put the explosive drone back at the top, because that's what's going to allow the grenade to stop when it hits the distraction drone. And then for the first one, all you have to do is literally have the distraction drone at the very first slot, and it's going to pop that grenade over to the right side, and I'll give you all three of those lights. Now, once you get all three of those lights, you're going to be able to grab the iPad, or whatever you want to call it, the tablet, out of that, and you got to run it over to Oz and give it to him at the engine doors. Alright guys, so this next part, you have to put your guns that you get into the disposal. Now, it doesn't matter what guns you give him. You just have to give him a gun that he hasn't had either in a while or he hasn't had at all. Not exactly sure, but whenever you start giving him the same gun, he will only give you credits. But basically, you're giving him your weapon so that he will give you parts for that reel you just saw, or that fishing pole that you just saw me put the reel on. Now, you're going to need the fishing pole. For the fishing pole, you're going to need the reel, the line, and the hook. The first thing he's going to drop, though, is a bottle. You don't need to touch that bottle yet. That's actually for the part after this, because you have to have everything on that fishing pole before you can activate the laser mage, which is the next step that involves that bottle. So once you get everything on that fishing pole, which being the reel, the line, and the hook, you can actually go ahead and use that bottle. Alright guys, so this is the part where you have to grab the bottle that he drops for you and be drunk. Now if your friend's not drunk, he can't see the lasers, but just either way, doesn't really matter. Make sure they stay in this area right here so that they don't actually touch any of these lasers that you have to run through. So you're going to hit this keypad and you're going to jump either to the right or the left side. It doesn't really matter whichever side you want to go. I chose the right side because for me that's the easiest, but you're going to jump through here, through the cargo, and make sure you have enough money. Make sure that the cargo room is open. The cargo door to the lift, I should say, is open. Make sure that the moon bay doors that I'm going to go, or moon pool doors that I'm going to go through is open. You crouch through this area. You don't have to crawl. You can actually crouch. Get through here. Like I said, make sure this next door that we're about to go through is open. Now, once you get through here, you can actually run. Like I said, you have a time limit, so I've always gotten there within a minute. This time it was a little longer since I was killing that zombie at the beginning, but I always get there within a minute, so it shouldn't really be a problem. You go around these lasers. You're going to want to go up onto the platform where Exo Health is, and you're going to walk around through the lasers over there. You're going to crouch down and go through, and once you do that, you're going to go through the hangar doors. You're going to walk past that wall of lasers right there on the hangar doors, and when you get to that teleporter, you're going to look down on the ground, and the keypad that you need is going to be down there on the ground. And you're going to want to run and take that back to the door for Oz, and once you do that, you're going to start the next part of the Easter egg, which is you got to run over to those lockers that are in the hangar and press X on his locker, and it's going to tell you that you need an eye. That's going to start this next part of the Easter egg. Alright guys, for this next part of the Easter egg, you're going to want to run around the map and kill teleporter zombies. They're going to drop pieces for the teleporter that's broken in the biolab. You're actually going to see me run to it right now. This is just skipped forward after we get all 20 pieces, but we're going to get all 20 pieces for that teleporter. We're going to put it in here. Now also, you're going to have to go fish for a shovel. We both grabbed shovels just so it would be easier for us to get this done, but you're going to want to both grab shovels and you're going to hit this teleporter. And you don't have to get the pieces again once you build this teleporter. Once it's good, it's good. But you're going to keep digging here until you find a box that's going to pop up with the... It's going to pop up with the pad inside of it. It's also going to give you 2,000 credits. You're going to take that pad again to Oz, give it to the door. He's going to take that. And then you got to run over to the hangar and you got to hit X on the locker that says Captain DJ, and it's going to tell you that you need an eye. Now, once you get that eye, it's going to start the next part of the Easter egg. Now, I will say this, it took us 3 times going into that island to actually get it pop up, and when I did it with 4 people, it actually took us like 5 or 6 tries. But it's a time process, but it actually isn't too hard. You just hold down X and it literally will dig every spot that you look at. You got to look directly down on the ground and hold X. But like I said, you don't have to do the teleporter over again, but it will cost you more each time you do it within that round. So you want to... Okay guys, so this next part of the Easter egg I actually don't have to show you because when I was doing it with my friends, they actually saw the drones before I did, and they destroyed them. But pretty much you're going to see those treasure drones, and there's going to be 2 together, and one is going to have nothing in it, or it's going to look like it has nothing in it. You're going to want to destroy that one because it's going to drop a lever that you got to take into the moon pool room, and you got to put it into the dive, it's going to say dive pool 7 over there on the left hand side where the box is, right there on the wall, and that's the lever for that. Now that's going to allow you to drop the cage down into the moon pool so that you can feed the shark the fish. So you also have to go back and fish and get the fish to come up so that you can feed that to him. Now, in order to make the shark come out in that moon pool, you have to kill zombies on the grates there. Now, alright guys, as you can see from my friend's point of view, when he dropped down into the tank, he fed the fish to the shark, and the shark gave him the eye. Now, he's going to run over to Captain DJ's locker, and he's going to hold X on that, and it's going to actually open up the locker. He's going to look down and pick up the pad that's on the ground there, and he's going to go over, and he's going to give it to Oz through the door. Now, what you have to do is you got to get the C4 so that you can blow the door on the hangar, or blow the door that's in the gun deck that you've been giving the pads to. You need to blow that door with the C4, and that will start the cinematic, and you'll get the Easter egg. Now, in order to get the C4, you have to again go to the weapon disposal and trade in some weapons. I got lucky and I only traded in 2, and I got the C4 automatically. But I can't tell you guys how long it's going to take. Like I said before, he's picking on the type of guns he gets, but once you do that, you're literally at the end of the Easter egg, and it'll cut you to a cinematic, and it'll end the game.
Become one big tax write-off.
Who pays taxes?
Hey, no one gives a fuck, okay? We got 2 minutes before we're all guzzling seawater. Move!
There! Lilith, what are you doing?
Oz?
Are you kidding me? Oz is dead. That asshole shot him. It's just another stupid zombie. Let's just go already.
Come on, people, we don't have time for this. Shit.